Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 180.3. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released June 24th, 2015, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Adventure Time number 41. New story arc, Peppermint Butler is one of the most mysterious dudes anew. When he approaches Finn and Jake to recruit them for the secret agency he runs, they've just gotta join and see what's going on. Next, we have Deep State number 7. 50 years ago, the U.S. government was concerned with the Cold War and surviving the nuclear threat, so they built the Caves, self-contained cities designed to restart America from scratch. They were populated by volunteers, mostly, and left alone ever since. Things have gotten weird down there, and now one of them is threatening to crack open underneath the small town. We've also got Maze Runner, the Scorch Trials official Prelude Volume 1 graphic novel. As anticipation for 20th Century Fox's Maze Runner, the Scorch Trials ramps up, out in September. Gain more insight into the Maze Runner cinematic universe with this anthology collection of 5 short stories that go deeper into the lives of several key characters that feature prominently in the upcoming film, including Eris, Ava Page, and Mary Cooper. Next, we have UFOlogy number 3 of 6. Becky is determined to be normal, but her scar is glowing and she keeps saying strange things, and Malcolm is doggedly trying to get her to work with him on solving this mystery. She doesn't want to be special, but she doesn't seem to have any choice. And we've got Uncle Grandpa Pizza Steve Special number 1. It's time for Pizza Steve's Slice of Life. Take each piece out of the pie in this jam-packed anthology with a little taste of all the condiments and a big side order of extra cool. Featuring a motorcycle gang of sea monkeys, pizza crust punks, the rat banditos, and so much more off-the-menu adventures. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Captain Midnight number 24. Facing the greatest threat in the world, the unstoppable madman known as the Archon, Captain Midnight and his allies need an ace in the hole to help them pull out a victory. Thankfully, Cap has a plan, but will it be enough to stop the Archon when everything else has failed? Next, we have Conan The Avenger number 15. Conan and Natalia must fight for their lives in the cursed city of eternal dreamers, Zuthal. When they are separated, Conan faces an army of zealots while Natalia must defend herself from torturers and beasts. Can they escape the city alive? We've also got Fight Club 2 number 2. For the past decade, Tyler Durden's been sneaking out of Sebastian's subconscious. Sebastian has a wife and a nice kid. He has a nice home in the suburbs, nice enough neighbors. Now all that's going up like so much potassium permanganate. Next, we have Frankenstein Underground number 4 of 5. Deep underground, Frankenstein's monster is taken captive by the Heliopic Brotherhood of Ra. But while their master shares his story, the monster discovers the true history of the lost city and the powers that inhabit it. We've also got Grindhouse Drive-In Bleed Out number 6 of 8. Grindhouse is back in blaxploitation. On orders from the Bureau of Organized Terrorism Intervention, Booty, Superfly Super Spy Lady Danger came to make trouble in a CIA-backed Chinese general turned drug lord's neighborhood. Now it's his turn to make trouble in hers with lots of guns and ninjas. And bimbos also. Next, we have Halo Escalation number 19. An unexpected ally joins a team of Spartans for a dangerous operation, a secret mission into a hidden Forerunner world where the mysterious site known as the Absolute Record awaits. The thrilling sequel to Halo 4 Spartan Ops continues from Duffy Bordeaux and Ian Richardson. We've also got Mulan Revelations number 1 of 4. Though the future boasts endless technological wonders, only a very few can afford access to them. As a new virus rages through the rich and poor, threatening all of humanity, a warrior's awakened to stop the evil puppeteers behind it all. Centuries after her ancestor and namesake fought for China, a new Mulan has been chosen by the ancient Chinese immortals in a final battle for the world. Next, we have Order of the Forge number 3 of 3. Our heroes finally discover an ancient and secret weapon on a long-forgotten Viking ship, but the wicked Lord Hammond is closing in, intent on seizing this deadly prize. Now Washington must engage in battle on 2 fronts, with Hammond and an undead Viking horde. We've also got PastAways number 4. The team battles a bizarre creature through a tear in space-time, but the mind behind the monster holds a secret that could change the PastAways' future. As they face a new kind of time paradox, the crew are also forced to contend with an internal plot against one of their own. Next, we have Resident Alien, the Sam Hain Mystery number 2 of 3. Stranded on Earth and hiding in a small town of Patience, Washington, the alien known as Dr. Harry Vandenspiegel attempts to solve another murder mystery. When he finds an old briefcase containing an odd confession, a violent manuscript, and a crime novel signed with a mysterious inscription, Harry sets out to uncover the truth once again. And we've got Tomb Raider number 17. Lara infiltrates an enemy stronghold to rescue her kidnapped friend, but when she learns the true reason she's been lured into this jungle lair, the situation quickly descends from worst to worst. From Dynamite Entertainment, we have Dawn Vampirella number 4 of 6. Dawn, self-proclaimed goddess of birth and rebirth, conspires with her fellow captive Vampirella to find a way to escape their imprisonment at the hands of the nefarious demon Masadic. They trade tales of life and death, of being and nothingness, detailing an endless cycle of death and rebirth. The cosmic rose opens and closes, opens and closes. Dawn is prepared for her next rebirth, and all Vampirella wants is her next death, which will hopefully be Masadic's. Next we have John Carter, Warlord of Mars number 8. John Carter and Deja Thoris visit a remote Martian city where residents are being terrorized by a monstrous, murderous presence. Will the Warlord and Princess of Mars be able to solve the mystery, or will they be blamed for the brutal crimes? More masterful Martian adventures from writer Ron Mars and Eisner-nominated co-writer Ian Eddington, authorized by the Edgar Rice Burroughs estate. We've also got Jungle Girl Season 3, number 3 of 4. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty now as the creatures from beyond space and time begin to rip the God Mountain apart. Jana and her friends have to fight their way past the dirt people, blood-drinking worms, and the most powerful and insane dreamwalker of them all to acquire the weapon Jana's father needs to save the lost world. The Jungle Girl is confident that she can accomplish the mission. The real question is, can she do it before the world around her is destroyed? Next, we have Legendary Green Hornet number 5 of 5. This is it, the climax to the action-packed series. The Green Hornet and Brass Hornet throw down with the Veiled Lady in Black Mass, while Kato and Grimes take on TikTok's Deacons. It's steam pulp kung fu madness. We've also got Legendary Red Sonja number 5 of 5. After Franken monsters, submarine escapes, shark attacks, and shipwrecks, can a mentally and physically exhausted Red Sonja defeat the evil of Victor Frankenstein before he unleashes his master plan upon the world of Legendary? What new monstrosities have sprung from Victor's deranged and fractured psyche? And will the rebuilt Captain Nemo and Elizabeth Frankenstein help Red Sonja's cause, or be the death of her? Find out all the answers in the stunning conclusion to Red's first legendary solo adventure. Next we have Shadow number 100. For 100 issues, the Shadow has known what evil lurks in the hearts of men. To commemorate, Dynamite Entertainment brings together master storytellers to celebrate the purveyor of justice who proves that crime does not pay. Join Matt Wagner, Howard Chaykin, and Francisco Francavilla as they pen and ink stories so mesmerizing they don't even need a girasol. Also joining us will be the Shadow alumni Michael Uslan, Chris Roberson, and Victor Gershler, paired with top artists, to show the weed and crime bears only bitter fruit. This is one centenarian celebration you won't want to miss. And we've got Swords of Sorrow Black Sparrow Lady Zorro Special number 1, a team-up set up by Swords of Sorrow's Gail Simone featuring the writer that she handpicked, Erica Schultz. Lady Zorro and the Black Sparrow, two women from different times, join forces to fight Prince Charming's shards of chaos in a prehistoric land. With their Swords of Sorrow, they fight to keep an ancient stone with mystical abilities out of the prince's grasp. From IDW Publishing, we have Dead Squad Ayala Tal number 1 one-shot. From the pages of Dead Squad, the spotlight is finally shown on the mystery and history of Ayala Tal. Who is this sensual and savage killer? What does she want, and why? Next we have Donald Duck number 2, Shellfish Motives Part 2. Uncle Scrooge's secret scientist is saved, but Scrooge and Uncle Giddy are at war. Can Donald make peace? Uh-oh. We've also got Empire Uprising number 3. Outside forces have put enemy agents into play against Golgoth and the Empire, and Golgoth at last faces an enemy who may be more than a match for him and his ministers. Next we have G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero number 215. The Death of Snake Eyes Part 4. As a hero falls, a new one must rise to take his place. G.I. Joe mourns Snake Eyes and prepares for what comes next. We've also got Garbage Pail Kids, Gross Encounters of the Turd Kind, number 1, one-shot. Join the Garbage Pail Kids for a literally breathtaking foray into the most bizarre and amazing worlds of the future. Next we have Gem and the Holograms number 4. Gem and the Holograms do their first live show at the Starlight Foundation's annual fundraiser, but a rabid Misfits fan is determined to sabotage their performance at any cost. We've also got Orphan Black number 4. A scientist with a mysterious illness, Cosima must use every ounce of her bravery and intellect to save her clone sisters and herself. Next we have Skylanders number 10. New characters, new elements, new storyline. Skylanders, A Light in the Dark starts here, featuring art by David Bladen. We've also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles New Animated Adventures number 24. Favorite Haunt Part 2. The sewers seem to be haunted by all manner of ghoulish ghosts and creatures. Some are real and some are not. Will Mike be able to convince his brothers of the truth? Next we have Transformers More Than Meets the Eye number 42. We should have known. Being happy, always a sign that somebody was about to die. From Night Quest, The Quest for the Knights by Swerve of Helix. And we've got Transformers Windblade Combiner Wars number 4. More worlds, more problems. After the events of Combiner Wars, Windblade and Starscream race to recruit the lost Cybertronian colonies of the Council of Worlds. But which of them will control the fate of Cybertron? From Image Comics, we've got the Fade Out number 7. Charlie is falling for the replacement blonde, but is he working her for information, or is she playing him for her own ends? Next we have Invisible Republic number 4. Starving and homeless on the streets of Maidstone, Maya finds refuge with a charitable stranger, but will she be betrayed when he discovers her identity? After the chaos last issue, will reporter Kroger Babb finally catch a break? We've also got Captara number 3. Enter Melvin. But remember, abandon all hope, ye who enter Melvin. To save their own lives, our heroes must slay the famed sensual wizard of the Enchanted Forest, a great jumping-on point for anyone who reads. Next we have Legacy of Luther Strode number 2. With the help of Delilah, Luther and Petra have tracked the cult to Russia, where they have to confront their deadliest foe yet, the Gardener. We've also got Material number 2. America is not what it used to be. Next we have Mythic number 2. Science is the key to our understanding of reality. It also happens to be one big lie. Magic is how the world works, and a secret army of troubleshooters fights to keep these unseen gears of the universe turning. But when they become the hunted, the end of everything nears. We've also got Penny Dora and the Wishing Box number 5 of 5. Penny Dora spent most of the 4th day of Christmas trapped in the wrecked remains of the castle with her former best friend, aka Princess Elizabeth. With the Wishing Box lost in the rubble and the dragons now raining fire down on the once quiet town of Cuesta Verde outside, to say things were not looking good was probably an understatement. Next we have Rasputin number 6, new story arc. In the wake of an assassination attempt on a U.S. presidential candidate, a political aide is presented with the fact that he's Grigory Rasputin, the Mad Monk. How can he still be alive 100 years later, and what's he been doing all this time? We've also got Sex number 22. This issue, the Infinite Countdown begins. Next we have Sons of the Devil number 2. After the suspicious murder of his friend, Travis tries to move on with his life, but when his girlfriend Melissa follows a clue that might lead to his birth family, they wind up in the crosshairs of a killer. Also a look into the past and the cult of David Daly, grounded character-driven psychological horror. We've also got Southern Cross number 4. As the gravity drive starts to malfunction, Braith uncovers a smuggling ring with a trail that leads back to her sister's murder. Next we have Spawn number 253. What if you had the ability to communicate with someone inside their final dream but were powerless to prevent the dream from ending? Al Simmons journeys to a place he vowed he would never go, to his childhood, and to the side of a dying man he never fully knew in order to save the soul of his own estranged father. Meanwhile, Al's personal tragedy magnifies as the forces of darkness close in on the souls of those he loves the most. We've also got Spread number 8, The Children's Crusade. There's a place that offers sanctuary from the spread. The only problem? No and company need to escort a group of children through the spread to get there. Next we have Thief of Thieves number 29. One thief's career is over while another is just getting started. We've also got The Tide number 3 of 4. The penultimate issue of the first arc turns up the tension as the media and public celebrate the outlaw while legal issues and angry politicians interfere with the FBI's attempts to stop the last 2 mega churches on the list from getting robbed. Next we have The Walking Dead number 143, A Union. And we've got Wayward number 9, Image's supernatural sensation continues, Tokyo is a battleground and blood will be spilled. From Valiant Entertainment we have NINIAK number 4, Who is Roku? The breakout star of the hit of the year stands revealed as we learn the origin of NINIAK's newest nemesis. But who is Roku? The seemingly indestructible warrior who's proven to be one of the deadliest assassins in the Valiant universe, and what impact does she have on Colin King's future? Marguerite Salvage joins Matt Kent and Butch Goose for the special standalone tale of the world's most lethal woman. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, and Instagram to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.